Dear friends, I greet you all from the heart. Feel my heart, for I am connected to you. Breathe me in. There is a brotherhood between us, a like-mindedness between you and me and a larger group of soul friends, of light workers. Some you know, others you do not, at least not in the earthly sense, but there is an affinity, a greater union of which you are a part. Feel that union inside yourself. You all are trying to find a balance between your earthly being and your soul being. On the one hand, you are an earthly human, born in a body with a predisposition toward a certain personality, and you are raised in the cultures and traditions of earth. On the other hand, there is the larger reality of your soul, your cosmic heritage. Your soul is much older than this single life and has built up a lot of experience in various incarnations. On top of that, as a soul, you are part of a larger spiritual family which, in addition to your earthly family, dwells partially on earth and partially in other worlds. The merging of your soul with your earthly self is often confusing for you. How do you integrate both? Many of you feel the reality of your soul. You feel something flowing through you that is not of this earth, something that cannot be attributed to your upbringing, genes, or cultural background. There is something unique and unfathomable that makes you you. Sensitive people can catch glimpses of their soul, because they are intuitively connected with an inner world beyond space and time, and they often want to be fully of that world. They feel that their home, their source, is there, and they are correct. However, because you are living as a human being, here and now, it is necessary to give the connection with your soul an embodiment hands and feet. You should not sever the connection between your soul and earth, rather just the opposite, put yourself more firmly into that connection, and do it with enthusiasm and passion. Then you have truly integrated your earthly self and your soul self. The reason this is often difficult for you is that many of you light workers give precedence to your soul over your earthly personality. You assume your soul knows best what to do. However, although you as an earthly human should let yourself be inspired by your soul, you are, and you should be, the one who determines the choices and makes the decisions. You are the one who ultimately creates your life, and let me explain. You often wonder, what should I now do? How should I handle this situation? What does this mean for me? You are inclined to look for the answer outside yourselves, and by that, I mean, outside your earthly personality. If you are not yet that far ahead on the path of inner development, you look for a person outside yourself to give you the answer, someone you look up to, someone who you think has the necessary expertise in the matter. So your question tends to be, can you tell me what to do? When you do that, you make yourself small as far as insight and knowledge goes by placing the other person above yourself. However, when you become spiritually mature, you take responsibility for yourself and your choices. You can still consult another person, someone you esteem highly, whom you respect, and you can evaluate this person's advice from all sides, but you yourself decide what you do with that advice. That is the way of a mature soul, an adult person. Now, you all know that you should not lean on another person for your choices, but you still do that a lot in your relationships with your spiritual guides and your soul. For example, you wonder, what should I do in this situation? What is the best choice for me? From your desire for security, you turn to a spiritual source for advice, to your guides, teachers, or angels on the other side, or to your own higher self. Or you consult a spiritual medium to provide you with higher information, or you try to get in touch with your soul, your higher self, or your guides by yourself. But look a little more closely at what that means. You are, in fact, making the same action as when you turn to another person to ask their advice, you are searching outside yourself for answers. Of course, you can say, yes, but those spiritual sources really know better than I do, they have a better overview or perspective, my guides are further developed than I am, my soul moves in a higher dimension, so it is good to turn to it to get advice. But again, you are depreciating your little earthly personality when you do that. You often consider your earthly personality to not be the wisest and highest part of yourself, and that you have to turn to some authority who better understands the situation and what you should do with your life. This is a mistake, and that is my message today. First of all, the soul is not perfect, it is also developing. It is a dynamic reality which is continually enriched by experiences. Certainly the soul has a perspective that transcends the perspective of a human being and often has a greater vision. The soul also understands more deeply, and has more of an overview of the whole puzzle, while you on earth have a few puzzle pieces in your hands and do not see the bigger picture. But the important point is that, yes, it is good to feel your soul, to connect with it, to consult it, and to get information from that multidimensional, developing, dynamic source. But eventually it is you, the earthly self who carries your earthly name, that unique self that you are right now, who must make the choice. There is a moment of choice in everything you do, which is, and always will be, completely yours. Neither your soul, nor a guide, nor the wisest teacher on earth, not even God, can do this for you. In fact, a real spiritual teacher does not want to take over for you. The necessity to make your own choices actually addresses your own unique power, that you create your earthly life in your own way. And in addition to that, you can still appeal to all kinds of sources of knowledge and wisdom, earthly as well as cosmic. But the challenge for you is to relate these external sources to your inner truth and to feel what is right for you and what is not. There is no such thing as absolute knowledge, everything is relative. What is true in your life reveals itself in the relationship between you and the world, and that relationship is unique and different for every person. No matter how much information you receive from outside yourself, what is important is for you to evaluate this information and to relate it to your situation, your everyday reality and your earthly being, to see if it is applicable. Feel your earthly personality, with all its facets, its fear, pain, hope, joy, and all those emotions that so deeply and tangibly form earthly, human life. These emotions are often confusing, even overwhelming, and you are looking for something to hold on to above or outside yourself. But I would like to stress that the answer and the foundation lie within you, and not in your soul or in your higher self, but within you. You actually are your higher self and your soul, but you are a part and not the total. You are an aspect of your total self, you are the aspect that has incarnated here and now, and who is gathering experiences, and that is why you know best what is good for you. Descend into your body, which is so closely connected to your earthly self. Let your consciousness descend into your body in a comfortable, relaxed way. Imagine that your consciousness is a light, and that light is who you are and who makes the choices. It chooses to be completely here and now and to descend into your chest, your abdomen, your upper legs and knees, and all the way down to your lower legs and feet. Feel the light completely penetrate your body, and feel your body's power and vitality. Feel how your body is much more than a combination of physical cells, it is a living, wise, inspired being. And who are you? You are the one who has connected with this body for this lifetime. You are beautiful and vast, and you have connected to this being who now carries your name. Feel the courage and the bravery it took to do that. You came here as a beam of light from your soul, and you incarnated in this body and personality, which are completely new. You are part of your soul, but you also add something essential to your soul, something new and unique, and that is you. You are a self-reliant whole, you are not dependent on forces larger than yourself. You are a creation unto itself, better said, a creator unto itself. Feel the value and the power and the beauty of being that. My deepest wish is that you will recognize your own value and will no longer speak about a higher or lower self, but that you will recognize your earthly self as the anchor of your existence, here and now. From that self, you can consult other earthly sources, guides, teachers, therapists, advisors, doctors, or your own soul by way of meditation or inner contemplation, and take in all that information, but then you will make your own considered choices. And how do you do that? That is probably your next question. Try it. Imagine that you now have a question in your life that makes you feel desperate, of which you think, I really don't know what to do. Now completely descend into your earthly self, say your own name, feel the light of consciousness in your abdomen, in your root chakra. Then again ask yourself the question and feel an answer come up from deep within, from your foundation, your core. You just know it. You have the inner knowledge and resources that are necessary to answer your life's questions. It is in you, you are the anchor, the collection point of knowledge, experience, light. And from everything you have built up in this life you make choices, based on your power of discernment. Own that power, that freedom. That is what makes you big and allows your self-awareness to grow, so start trusting your own discernment and choices, your sense of what is best for you. It is not about knowing things for certain, it is about daring to trust who you are and what you feel deep inside. You are here, not to make perfect choices, but to experience your own creative power by learning and growing from the choices you make. That is why I now want to symbolically give a torch of light to you to express that you do not have to look to me for the light. It is in you and I want to make you aware of that, I want to give it back to you. In the past, you have searched outside yourselves too often. See if you can accept the torch that I offer to you and internalize it as something that is yours. Look to where that torch goes in your body, to where it has its natural resting place. It is there where resides your deepest knowing about what is your path. You make the choices and you learn from the choices you make, and that is exactly how it should be in this human life. Do not underestimate the true power of you, the embodied earthly you. It is the most intimate source of wisdom you will ever have. You are the creator of your life.